Hey, do you like croissants? If you're like me, you love anything that comes from a bakery. I'm Tom from Take Time to Travel, and today, since I'm in Montreal, I wanted to take a food tour of Montreal's top bakeries to see who has the best croissant. These are croissants from 10 of the top-rated bakeries in and around Montreal's Le Plateau area. I'm going to go over where each croissant is from, how it tastes, and how much it costs. Make sure you hang around till the end of the video, and I'll let you know which one is the best. The first croissant was from Automne Boulangerie on Avenue Christophe Colomb. The bakery has a 4.7 Google rating and there was a lineup outside. They had a nice selection of baked goods inside and everything looked amazing. Their croissants cost $1.65 each. The croissants from Automne Boulangerie are crispy and flaky on the outside. The inside has many layers of nice, moist, buttery goodness. Very tasty. Boulangerie Le Toledo is located on Montreal Avenue and has a Google rating of 4.6. Open since March 2019, this bakery has showcases full with a huge selection of delicious fresh baked goods, which makes you want to try one of everything. The croissants cost $2 each. The croissants from Boulangerie Le Toledo are large, flaky and crispy on the outside with many layers on the inside and have that nice buttery taste. Fous Desserts has a 4.6 Google rating and is on Laurier Avenue. There's a nice seating area outside with birch branches, plants, and string lighting. Right when you walk inside, there are shelves full of jarred and packaged goods. They also have lots of fresh pastries as well as fancy-looking cakes and desserts to choose from. But I was just looking for the croissants, which cost $2.20 each. Fous Desserts croissant is a little bit smaller than the rest, but it's still a very tasty looking croissant. It's flaky and crispy on the outside, as it should be, and has a great shine to it. The inside is a little bit more dense, and it's not as buttery as the others. Boulangerie Guillaume is a well-known bakery located on Saint Laurent Boulevard with a Google rating of 4.6. Inside there are racks and shelves full of fresh baked pastries and breads. Everything looked delicious. This was the cheapest croissant I had at $1.25. The croissant from Boulangerie Guillaume is one of the largest croissants. It curves around and joins at the ends. It's flaky, not as crisp as the others. The inside has lots of layers and it's moist, but not quite as buttery tasty. Patisserie Au Kouign Amann has a 4.7 Google rating and is also on Montreal Avenue, just across from Le Toledo. It's a small bakery, but has delicious fresh baked pastries and desserts. The croissants were the second cheapest at $1.45 each. The croissant from Patisserie Au Kouign Amann is more oval-shaped, and it's nice, light, and golden brown on the outside. It's flaky and crispy as it should be. Once you get inside, a little bit more dense, but very, very light and buttery. It's a super yummy croissant. Boulangerie Le Copain d'Abord has a few locations, but I tried the one on Rue Rochelle, which has a Google rating of 4.6. It's not a very big bakery, but it has a huge selection of mouth-watering pastries, desserts, breads, and quiches. Everything looks so tempting. But today, I'm just focused on the croissants, which were priced in the middle at $1.90 each. Boulangerie Le Copain d'Abord's croissant is a little bit smaller than the rest. It's nice and crispy, flaky and shiny on the outside. Once you get inside, it's got those layers, very buttery taste, everything that you would look for in a croissant. Boulangerie Première Moisson is a chain of bakeries mostly in Quebec. I tried the one on Laurier Avenue, which has a Google rating of 4.3. Inside, there's a large selection of breads, desserts, and pastries. They have a deal for 6 croissants for $6, which would have been the cheapest, but individually, they're $1.90 each. The croissant from Boulangerie Première Moisson is a little bit smaller than the rest. Nice golden brown, flaky on the outside. Once I cut it open, rather large air pocket on the inside, but moist and buttery. Brioche À Tête, located on Avenue Fairmount, has a very high Google rating of 4.8. It's a pretty small bakery, but everything on display looked wonderful. The cost of the croissant was $2. The croissant from Brioche À Tête has that nice curved shape, which is a little bit different from some of the rest of them. It's flaky and crispy on the outside, many layers and buttery on the inside, and a little bit denser. Maybe one of my favorites so far. Patisserie Rhubarbe has a Google rating of 4.6 and is located on Avenue Laurier. The inside is quite colorful and they have lots of desserts, cakes and pastries. The croissants were $2.50 each. Patisserie Rhubarbe's croissant is super flaky on the outside. Nice crispness, a little bit darker than the rest of them, and once you get inside, lots of layers, very moist and buttery, and probably another one of my favorites so far. Hof Kelston is a French Jewish bakery located on Boulevard Saint-Laurent and has a Google rating of 4.4. It has the most expensive croissants on the list at $2.75 each. The croissant from Hof Kelston is probably the darkest one I've got today. It's very crispy and flaky on the outside. The inside is a little bit more dense, not the larger air pockets of the other croissants, but still very light, moist and buttery. Very good.
All of the croissants were amazing, and I probably gained about 10 pounds eating them all. It's a good thing I had to walk about 10 kilometers to all the boulangeries to get them. And I know what you're thinking. Tough job eating croissants all day. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The runner-up for the best croissant is Brioche À Tête. It was absolutely delicious, and it was everything that you would be looking for in a good croissant. And the winner for the best croissant goes to Patisserie Rhubarbe. It ranks right up there as one of the best croissants I've ever had. I highly recommend you give it a try if you haven't already. I'll also mention that the best value croissants were from Pâtisserie Au Kouign Amann and Boulangerie Guillaume. They were good croissants and were super cheap. I hope I've given you some good ideas on where to find some great bakeries in Montreal. If I have, I'd really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications of future videos. If you have any other recommendations, please leave them in the comments down below. And remember, take time to travel. Catch you on the next one.